Hey, Vanessa here, and I'm recording this short tutorial to answer the question, how do you get so much done in your day, and how do you actually schedule and prioritize? I get a lot of questions from students who are just overwhelmed by the day-to-day actions that they're taking in their business, or they don't know where to start, or they don't feel focused, and then they look and they ask me, how do you do so many different things and get it all done? I will tell you this. I will tell you that balance, I believe, is elusive. You can never be 100% in balance because you're always giving your time and your energy to what's most important in front of you. You're never giving your time to both things equally. Usually it's that component of your day that needs to get done right now, whether it's picking up the kids, whether it's cooking dinner, whether it's writing a blog post. You can't be doing two things at exactly the same time with the same level of intensity and so therefore you need to kind of figure out what's going to work for you. This video is going to explain exactly how I run my days and what I do in my life and what works for me. What I usually have my students do is take this and adjust it for their life. So let's get to it. This is called the weekly and the daily map scenario, and it was something that was taught to me by a coach friend, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and I really liked it. So we start here with our weekly map, and weekdays start on Sunday, and they go through Saturday. And every day of the week has a component to it that we can track and evaluate where we are at any given day. So for example, Sunday is my family time. Maybe I get a little bit of computer or audio time in and reading time. It just depends on what the kid's doing. I get up, I make breakfast, we go to church, might run errands, anything relating to the family. And then if I get any time, I usually try to spend quiet time on the computer or maybe listening to an audio or I read. Then Monday starts the work week. And during the week, you're going to want to break your time up so that you can be the most effective. So you're not jumping from thing to thing to thing every, 10 minutes. Now, the way I do it is that on Mondays and Fridays, I use those days for marketing time. That's when I prep blog posts, I write autoresponder emails or content, or I do postcard marketing when I'm in that mode, or I write some ads. I usually write my articles and or record my radio shows on these days. They're just kind of my days to get things done and do them most effectively. Meetings with others, potential partners or whatnot. Now, I'll tell you why Monday and Friday. Monday, people are just getting into the office and they're not really prepared to hear from you yet. They're not ready to be solicited. They're not ready to be talked to about stuff. They're just still trying to figure out their week. Fridays, especially during the summertime, people are taking off early for the weekend. They're kind of checked out by Friday at noon. Friday afternoons are usually pretty light. And so therefore, I use those days to get my stuff done. Then, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are my main days for my coaching calls with students and any team trainings that I may do. And if there is a lag in the schedule on any of these days, like right now I can tell you Wednesdays I'm pretty booked solid from 9 to 3 with coaching straight through, so there's not a lot of extra time because I put everybody into one day. On Thursdays there's a couple of hours of time available, and so I basically can use that time to do any of the other stuff I need to do, but I primarily block coaching to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And the reason for that is because I get into the coaching zone. I get into the coaching mode. I'm not trying to flip from being a coach in this hour to now having to completely try to write a post or write an article or write a piece of content where my mind has to be in a different creative mode. So I throw everything into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, during this time, I also am available to my team any day of the week. So I'm going to let you know that my team knows they can find me any day of the week, and as long as there's timing available, if we need to do a three-way, if they get it in my calendar, I'm not ignoring other things. This just gives me a structure for what my priority is for these days. Then on Saturday, once in a great while, I might do some coaching. If there's someone who works full-time Monday through Friday and that's the only day they can do, but for the most part, Saturday ends up being another family day For those of you who have children who are younger, you may remember or you may know of having to go to birthday parties and having to do sports and having to run around and do all that. So that is what I actually do on Saturdays as well, but I will allow once in a while, I might take 1 or 2 students on a Saturday to help move them through the process. Now, this does not count Facebook for me. I'm on Facebook every day. I hop on in the morning, evening, throughout the day, and it doesn't hinder anything else that I do, but I am on Facebook a lot because that's where a lot of my connections are made. So this is really what you can look to do. If you are off on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, this may shift for you. Sunday may still be your family time, or Monday may be your family time, or if you're working the rest of the week, Monday and Tuesday may be your marketing time, or you're creating your blog posts and your autoresponders, and you're working on your marketing. So you need to figure out what's going to fit for you from your weekly map. Now I move to my daily map. My daily map, I have 2 functions. Monday, Tuesday, and Friday looks different to me than Wednesday and Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, every day I get up pretty much between 4 and 5 a.m. Wake up and grab coffee. Let's type that in. Grab coffee. Then from 4:30 to 6:30 is when I do my something for myself. I usually do a mindset audio for 10 to 20 minutes. I do trainings on products that I need to learn. I might watch any products that I purchased. I might watch a webinar replay. It's really my quiet time before the kids get up and get ready to go to school and start the day, or during the summertime before they get ready for whatever the adventure the day is going to bring for them. This is the time that I catch up on some emails. This is the time that I work on writing some of my articles if I'm creative in the morning. Morning is my best time, so that's when I'm ready to go. Then at 6:30 a.m. I switch into mom mode, and I am in getting the kids to school and going to the grocery store. I might have to run to the bank, whatever I can do after I drop them off, and I try to be home, depending on the day, by 9:30. So if I'm home by 9:30, then I look and I go, okay, it's 9:30, what's my work today? You'll get into the flow of this once you continue to do it. You'll know that Tuesday is usually a coaching day. You'll have your calendar, whatnot. So I go to my weekly map and I go, oh, it's Monday. Well, today's marketing day. What blog posts did I plan to write? What autoresponders? What content do I need? Where do I need to be creative? Do I need to write an article, etc.? Then I go from 2:30 to 8, I'm back in mom mode. I have to leave to get the kids from school. I get them home. I might have to take them to sports. I do dinner, etc. And then from 8 to 10, I get some work done, or I go into some time for myself, depending on how tired I am or what I'm working on, or kind of what life brings. Now, this throughout the day, I have my phone, and I make calls from the car. Whenever I'm in the car, I'm usually on the phone. I make calls from the car while waiting in this kids parking lot. I'm always working, and I use my downtime or my moments in between to connect on Facebook, to just basically participate in my business. So I work through some of the 10 or 15 minute spots where I might be dealing with the kids or waiting for the kids as effectively as possible. So think of where you can use this time. You're waiting in a line at the bank and you've got a 10-minute line. What can you post on Facebook that would be inspiring to others? Use your nooks and crannies, as I've been taught effectively. Now, Wednesday and Thursday are my long days. I get up between 4 and 5 in the morning. Usually the same thing happens, 4:30 to 6:30. I'm doing my work, my training, my mindset, my catch-up, whatever I need to do for me that I feel is going to set my day off straight. Then my mom mode stuff gets longer. From 6:30 when I switch to 10:30 in the morning is when I go into getting the kids to school, running the grocery store. I might have to take my dad somewhere. Usually I try to do that on Wednesdays and Thursdays from about 6:30 to 10:30. So it will depend on what I have going on and what that week brings, if there's doctor's appointments or whatnot. Then from 10:30 to 8:30, I go into work mode. These are my longer days. My nanny's here. I got the kids taken care of. I'll go longer days and I'll work straight through. Wednesdays and Thursdays are usually the days that, if you look back at my weekly map, I do trainings and for my team and for students. This is when I do my weekly evening webinars. I'll do webinars on Wednesdays and Thursdays because I know the kids won't be around to interrupt because I have them situated and enjoying themselves. So Wednesdays and Thursdays are my long day. So work to me means anything up here. I go back to my weekly map, Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, my coaching's done. Okay, I've got some trainings tonight. In nooks and crannies, where as long as my main priorities are complete for the day, I can fill in from anywhere else. So that's kind of how it works. Then from 8:30 to 10, it's my time to do some more work, finish up, reading, whatever the case may be. By 10 o'clock, boom, I'm in bed to get up again between 4 and 5, usually at 4:30. Now, if you work full-time, what this looks like for you is your weekly map can be similar. You put your date, you figure out what days you have off, but during the times where you have your rest of the week, this may look different. You may decide, okay, I am going to get up an hour early, so from 4:30 to 5:30 or from 5 to 6, I'm going to do something in my business. Then from 6 to 7:30, I'm going to get ready for work, and then at 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I'm going to go to work, and then from 5 to 10 at night, 3 days a week, I'm going to have my family taken care of so that I can work in my business. You have to adjust this for yourself. I have a lot of working parents who decide from 9 p.m. to midnight every night is going to be their time to get stuff done. And then I have others who choose to get up at 4 in the morning like I do because they're better in the morning. You're going to adjust this to yourself. The main objective is that you outline a weekly map so you have big buckets of things you do on given days. Then you take those days and you break them into calendar schedule. Now, some people say this is too much of a schedule for them, it's too rigid. I will tell you, my life and my why is flexibility and freedom. This gives me the flexibility and freedom that I desire because my schedule is my own as long as my things are getting done. And it works for me. It may work for you. It's what I'm suggesting you take a look at so that you put some structure in your life. Initially, when you put structure into your life, and you start to feel better around the busyness of the work involved, and you start to get a handle on it, the freer you will become and the more in a habit you will be. This is all about habit building, positive habit building, so that then all of a sudden you're in a flow and it feels easier and you know what comes next, and then you become more free. So that's what this is about, the weekly and daily map training. I'm Vanessa. I'm signing out. I hope this helped.